Once again, Lisa Spencer and Sheriff Bob were out riding around the county looking for homeless folks as part of the point-in-time survey. Sarah Spencer joins us this morning. Lisa Spencer joins us this morning. Our conversation brought to you by Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Hey, Sarah, how are you?
Hey, good morning. That's the best part. I'll talk to you whatever you call me. I'll talk to you.
There you go. There you go. So how did the point-in-time survey go?
Okay, actually, I'm so happy that we have time to do a wrap-up with you. So basically what we did is we broke down the county into areas, and we had volunteer drivers go up and around into different areas of the county, and I'm awfully glad they didn't find anybody, but we would have gone up to meet them because by the time we were done, it was -6. So Sheriff and I started down at the 4th Street Sheets, and while he was in getting all the information from the employees, I actually got a text that I became a grandma at that very moment, so I'm a first-time grandma, so that was real exciting. And so then we headed out and started on our route. So we went to, all the places that we had heard that there were tips for us to check. And we did check on a gentleman in Clymer, and we figured out his story. So, they thought that he was in a good place right now. We did head down back to Indiana, and we had reports from different people in Indiana that there might be a couple of gentlemen and there is a woman who are staying outside. And Sheriff and I we canvassed Indiana borough. We went through the alleys, and we went through the atrium, and we went through the parking garage, and we did so much canvassing because we really, truly wanted to find people if they were outside. It was too cold to be outside that night.
Yeah.
And we had heat in our cars, and by the time we were done, we were frozen, and even with the heat with our car, with all the cold weather coming in. So we did not find anybody there, but we did try, and then we looked at a couple other places. We did try to get down into the underpasses. We were told there was somebody living under the underpasses, and we were told Walmart and Warren Road, so we had gone out that way. We couldn't get down into the Omni because it was just too snowy. It was just all built up. It wasn't plowed.
Yeah.
So apparently we might have somebody staying outside. So ICAP is actually working with New Life Community Church at the Indiana Mall to be able to see when this gentleman arrives, if we can get some homeless case managers over there to talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, I mean, the best part about this is we stopped and talked to a couple deputies from Indiana Borough, and, we're all working as a team, and that's really what we wanted to see. So when we got down to the Salzburg area and the Blairsville area, they hadn't seen anybody, but Salzburg had seen somebody a couple months ago that maybe was in need of some help. But we definitely have posted on their bulletin board, just have them call ICAP, because the housing liaisons and the homeless case managers can be dispatched to wherever anybody is.
Yeah.
So I mean, everybody knew about us again, so I feel like the community really does come together when we do this.
And it's pretty nice that there are people that are willing to say to you, hey, you might want to check here or check there or visit with this person or that person, because either they are in a very bad situation or they know somebody who is. And so I think it's just an indication that people know that there's help out there, and let's see if we can't make the connection and get those parties together to figure out what might be done.
Yes, and I could not do this effort without Sheriff Fayok. There's no way I could do this. One, I don't even know all the roads we were on because he's incredible. He knows every road, and he knows all the back roads, but he really takes the lead on this. So I'm always the trailer car, so that's kind of nice too. So I just have to follow. Mm-hmm. But he expertly avoided 3 deer. And I was really impressed by that because it's like they really wanted to hit his car or something. I don't know. They really wanted to. But he had a little bit of a scare, though, out at Tulick Dam when we stopped out. He had seen some footprints that had gone out to the lake, but he didn't see the footprints coming back. Oh. And then he got a little bit nervous, and he thought, uh-oh. And so he spent some more time down there. And on the other side of the lake, you could see footprints coming out. So he said, all right, that scared him a little bit because he surely didn't want anybody falling through the ice out there. So, you never know what you're going to find out there, but I want Indiana County to know that we definitely have people in homeless situations right now. We have a woman that's staying in her car, and she was offered services through ICAP, but she refused. The woman uptown has refused all the services, but if we would have found anybody that evening, I feel like we would have had to have taken them to the hospital to get them checked because it was just simply too cold outside. So we didn't find anyone, but we do know of a couple of other gentlemen that Sheets told us that have been kind of walking around on their own over near Water Street. So that's why we really put an emphasis on those back alleys with the parking garage and the atrium and different places to really look. So we definitely know that we have people in bad situations right now. The key is they must be willing to accept the assistance. Mm-hmm. And I just want to give a shout out to the Pennsylvania State Police as well. They did a welfare check for us up near Glen Campbell. Actually, Trooper Greenfield from the Indiana Barracks, he actually called up to the Punxsutawney Barracks, who covers northern Indiana County, and they had gone out on a wellness check for us because we had gotten a tip. I will say this year we ended up with more tips of where to look than we've ever had.
Oh, yeah?
So I do think this is resonating with people. I do think the weather has a lot to do with it, and I really believe that it's becoming something that everybody knows is happening every year since it's an annual event. And Sheriff Fyock and I, this was our 8th time doing this together, and we kind of have it down pat right now. But it's a very, very important situation that we're trying to help people get out of. And so we basically were driving around from 5:15 until I got home at 12:15. Mm-hmm. But it took a half an hour of hot shower to feel my feet again because that's how cold we were. So we were freezing. So if we were cold just driving around in heated vehicles, I can't imagine anybody being outside for any length of time.
Yeah. Well, this is a county full of nooks and crannies and a lot of wooded areas, and people could be living out in the woods in caves or in dugouts or hovels of some sort, and
yes, or tents. Yeah, or campers that don't have any utilities. I mean, there's so many places that people can actually hide, and some do not wish to be found. Some can actually be found in abandoned buildings, but it's just so difficult unless you get the tips. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To be able to know where to go.
Well, knowing that, Lisa, is there the opportunity for people, or let's put it this way: where should people be calling if they know of somebody that needs help? Whether this person would accept help or not, at least to give them that opportunity to see what resources there are available to them. Who should people be calling?
Yes, we want everyone to call ICAP because ICAP has the housing liaisons and homeless case managers. They're working on hiring some of those too, but the housing liaisons right now will be able to get dispatched out to anywhere in the county to talk to somebody. So that's one thing we really enforce at the gas stations, like Sheets or the BPs or anything that, where people kind of just sit there. And if they have nowhere to go, they can call ICAP, and ICAP can go down to, we've done this before, send them out to the Sheets on 22 and talk to somebody about a situation to see if they can help get them housed. Now, I will say, right before the count, somebody had walked into the crisis center uptown with Matt Franks, the director over there, and he was homeless, and he didn't know what to do, and the homeless liaison had gone straight over, and they housed him within 45 minutes. It was incredible. Yeah. I mean, he accepted the housing. We had an apartment ready for anybody that we saw that night that could be for 2 people. So we were ready. We just, didn't come across anyone. But as cold as it was, I'm almost glad that people figured out how to get inside. We just don't want anybody out in this weather.
No, absolutely not. That was January weather. Now it's big, balmy February. The groundhog did predict 6 more weeks of winter. But, homelessness is a very desperate situation. Doesn't matter what time of the year it is. It just seems more desperate now because of the weather. So
Yeah, yeah,
that's
I
something.
agree. And I think, you have to really, like, heat stroke's not a joke. That's not a joke in the summertime, but I think it's just because there's no escaping that, just that absolute frigid temperature where you can easily move into hypothermia and just go to sleep, and then you're, gone. So it's very, very critical right now because a lot of people don't understand why are we doing this in winter? Why we'll find more people in the summer. But this is from the federal government. HUD regulates when we do it, but they think it's a more dangerous time of the year to do it in winter, which I agree with.
Yeah. Okay. We're talking with Lisa Spencer, new grandma this
Yay!
morning on Indiana.
I'm
So
excited.
what'd you get?
So fun.
What did you get?
We got a little baby boy, and his name's Bo Baker Spencer. So
Bo
that's
Baker
exciting.
Spencer?
Bo Baker.
There you
Spencer.
go.
Yep.
There you go. Well, I know your boys are big dudes. Is this a big baby?
Yeah. Well, he was 3 weeks early, almost 7 pounds. But this is my son, my youngest son, Justin. And if everyone will remember, back in high school, he was called Giant Boy because he was 6'6" and 285, 300 pounds. So yeah, he's a big boy, but he's gaining weight really fast. So very exciting. Thank you, Todd.
Congratulations, Lisa, and thanks for being with us today.
Okay, have a great day.
It
All
is
right, bye-bye.
the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160, 1 FM and AM 1160.